guys, it's Michelle. Welcome back. So I just wanted to do this video because I have got a ton of stuff that I have not used in a while. Now, my recent videos have really been focusing on drugstore related items just because there's been so many new items that have come out over the last couple months. But, you know, when I was digging through my things, I thought, wow, there's so many fun high-end products that I have that I just don't use like I probably should. You know, I think I spend so much money on these items and they, you know, they're exciting for the first couple times that I use them, and then they just kind of tend to move back in my drawer. So I'm calling this shop my stash, meaning, you know, I'm shopping the things that I already have. I have beautiful items here that I just haven't given a whole lot of love to lately that I wanted to share with you. So what I did today, I went ahead and did my whole face in these products that I'm going to talk about because I wanted to, again, kind of experience that luxury side of you know, the cosmetics that I have and really kind of rediscover some things that I've been loving. So I wanted to share those with you, and let's go ahead and get into it, okay? So first off, I'm going to start kind of in the order that I would do my face. And let's go ahead and start with primer. So we'll go ahead and start out with the face products, move into cheeks, contour, powder, and then go to eyes, brows, and then lips at the end. So let's start off with my primer. Like I said, I have the Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer. Now, I bought this a while ago last year. I've heard so many wonderful things about it. I did buy the small size just to try it out and see how I liked it. And unfortunately, I love it. But with that, it's so expensive. So I have been trying to use this pretty sparingly. But I thought, you know, when I'm doing this high-end makeup review, I want to go ahead and definitely use this, and again, I've just discovered why it's so expensive and it's so good. The consistency is very light, just blends so nicely into the skin. Absolute wonderful primer. And you know, I remember last time I used it, my skin just felt so nice and silky. It's very lightweight. You can't even tell that I put anything on. So highly recommend that. Going to the next item is my Hourglass foundation. Now this, I remember I had tried in Sephora. I squirted it on my skin and I was like, wow, this is awesome. It comes in a pump tube, and I don't know why it's not coming out, but this is in the shade Vanilla. The pump tends to get kind of clogged up for me, and that's probably what's happening. I really enjoyed it the first times that I was using it, but I don't know what it is. I think it's the shade that is just really kind of not working for me. Like I said, I have it in the shade Vanilla, and this is a liquid powder foundation. So when I tried it in the store, I was just in love with it. The texture, it's very lightweight, and it really kind of turns into a powder matte finish, which I love. But I don't know. I don't know why I just don't use this more. I did use it today. I love the way it looks. The color looks pretty good. So yeah, I'm going to have to give this more love and really use it more to get my full money's worth out of it, because this was expensive. I want to say this was maybe $60, $50 or $60, somewhere around there. So good foundation. I'm just going to have to use it more and keep at it. All right, so what I did after I used the Hourglass foundation, I set it with my Estee Lauder Double Wear Powder. Now this is in Shell. This is actually a powder foundation. It comes like this, and then you open it up and it has a little sponge in it. I don't use a sponge. I just have a larger brush that I just kind of dip into it and rub it all over my face. This is a really nice powder, but this one, for some reason, you can see it kind of has developed some hard pan on it. It's really hard pressed, and for being a powder foundation, I mean, you want it to be, I think, kind of more of a creamier kind of texture. I don't know. It's okay. It worked great. It made my skin very nice and matte. I don't know. I'm not sure about this one. I love it. I'm glad I have it. I don't use it on its own. Maybe I need to try that. So if any of you have this and use it, use it and love it, let me know what your thoughts are on this. So yeah, so that was what I set my face with. All right, after I did that, excuse me, I brought out my Nars Creamy Radiant Concealer. I think this was in a haul a couple weeks ago that I did. I have been using it a lot more and I really like it. I wasn't sure about it at first, but I really have enjoyed the texture, and the color I think is pretty good for me too. So I may buy a full size of this. I'm not quite sure yet. Still, in the process of working it out, but yeah, I've been really enjoying that. Staying with the Nars theme, I dug out this little palette, which is awesome. And I don't know, again, why I stopped using it, but this is an incredible palette. This is from Nars, and I actually bought this last year. I don't know if it's available. It's probably not available anymore, but there's one out there that's very similar at this point at Sephora. This is the Virtual Domination Blush and Cheek Palette. It has a Nars Laguna, which is the bronzer, which I've used today, and then 3 other blushes, and then a highlighter. Now, I love this one. This is actually what I used today. This is the color Deep Throat, and then I also used this highlighter. Now, the highlighter is very glittery. I didn't care for the highlighter, but I love these blushes. And this color, I love that one. That is... I believe Final Cut, or maybe that one's Sex Fantasy, I'm not sure. But those are really, really nice. If you want a good assortment of colors that they have, one of these palettes is really nice to use and try out. Like I said, I know that there's one currently that is very similar in Sephora right now. Again, just a great sampler of face products, so I would highly recommend trying that out. The Nars products are incredible. Now, of course, I had to bring out my Nars Ita Brush that I used to put my contour on with. Kind of, just blended it out more as a bronzer. And then I just kind of go around, and I love to get up in here to do my nose contour. So this brush is extremely expensive. Again, I want to say it's probably $40 or $50, somewhere around there, but I love it. So yeah, so I actually always use this one. This is kind of a tried and true. Because I didn't really get the highlight that I was looking for with that Nars palette, I moved to the Hourglass palette that I have. This is the Ambient Lighting palette that came out, I believe, last year. These are the ambient lighting powders. This one is dim light, incandescent light, and radiant light. So what I do is I usually just take a big fluffy brush and swirl them all together and just kind of, go around and set my foundation and powder like that to give it a kind of a nice sheer glow to the skin. So love that. Again, I don't use that all the time, but I'm glad that I pulled that back out. So next up, we've got eyes. Now these palettes are very pricey, and I'm so glad that I have them, but for whatever reason it is, I don't know. I don't know. I just really need to use them more. So I pulled out this one. This is my Tory Burch palette, eyeshadow palette. These colors are just stunning, and they work so well. They blend so well. They are just beautiful. And today I used this this matte color in my crease. And again, these are wonderful shadows. The palette is pretty expensive. It's, I think, maybe around $50 or $60, but highly recommend that. That's got a lot of great shades in it. I need to use this more. I mean, you can get a whole slew of looks just using this one palette. So I definitely need to show this one more love. And I love how it's got the little logo on it. How cute is that? This is a great palette. I really need to use this more. But what I did, I paired it with this Viseart palette that I have. I think that's how you call it, Viseart or Viseart. I picked this up at the makeup show last year. These colors are stunning. The Viseart palettes that get so much hype, there's a reason for it, because these shadows blend so effortlessly and they look so nice on the skin. Now, when I bought this, I was like, wow, $80 for a palette, that is so much money. But when you really break down the amount of shadows that you get and the size of the pans, it's really a pretty good price for the quality of shadows that you're getting. Today I used the combination of these two colors more on the lid and kind of out in my crease. But these are wonderful. The thing that I don't love about this palette, and that's probably why I don't use it all the time, is every one of these colors have some sort of shimmer in it. And with my eyes, I really prefer wearing more mattes than shimmers. So that's probably a good reason why I don't use this a lot. But when I do, I love it. So, so if you are into shimmer or, you know, even slightly metallic shades, this is just an incredible addition to your collection. So I would highly recommend that. All right, moving on then to my eyes. I used my Marc Jacobs eyeliners for the inner rim. I have a little set that I got last year sometime. I believe it was during the holidays, and it's got an assortment of colors. I actually used navy today. I really like these because of the long wearing effect that they have on my waterline. I think I mentioned in a previous video, I don't have the best luck with eyeliners that stay in my waterline, and these I have found are the best for my waterline kind of just you know, staying ability. So these Marc Jacobs are awesome. Again, I've got several colors in these. There are the smaller sizes, but you know, really, are you going to go through those very fast? Probably not. So again, highly recommend the Marc Jacobs eyeliners. All right, moving on to mascara. I have two mascaras that I use together, and for whatever reason, you know, again, you just buy things, you use them and then you kind of put them aside. For whatever reason, I stopped using these, and I rediscovered them as I was going through my things. I actually bought this a couple months ago. I got this at the Estee Lauder CCO, the cosmetics company outlet. I was so excited to find this. This is, you know, kind of gimmicky, but it is incredible. It's an Estee Lauder mascara. The color's in black. I don't see a name on here. But if you can hear that, it's got a vibrating wand. So when you turn it, it clicks shut. When you turn it to open it, the vibrating wand turns on, and you open it up, and it's kind of, again, gimmicky, but what it's supposed to do is just give you the extra length as you're putting on your mascara. So instead of going like this, the vibrating bristles and wand is supposed to kind of do the work for you. I have to say, this is a really nice mascara. I put this out to use this every day because this gives a lot of length and volume. Here's actually the name of it. It's called Turbo Lash All Effects Motion Mascara. So if they have this, I would definitely suggest going out and checking it out. It's a lot of fun to use, and it gives a lot of length as well. I'm excited to rediscover this. So yeah, so this was pretty pricey though. I have to say, I think it was in maybe the $30 range, if I remember correctly. So yeah, so definitely check that out. And then with that, I used my Lancome Grandiose Mascara. Now I bought this, and I remember trying it out just to see how it worked. And then I kind of put it aside because I was using a lot of mascaras kind of at the same time. So I only used it once. But you know, I thought, oh, I'm going to pull it out again to try it out. So this mascara has the funky wand on it. It's kind of got a curved shape to it. The bristles I really like. So I used that just to kind of give some extra volume today. But yeah, I'm going to definitely have to start wearing that a little bit more, especially I don't want it to dry out or get old. So again, an expensive mascara. I have to say that I haven't really used it a long time to really kind of understand, you know, the benefits of the volume and the length, but I'm excited to give that a whirl again and use that up. So excited about that. See, I mean, you know, we have so many things in our collections. It's like just kind of going through them again and rediscovering what you already have is pretty exciting. So moving on to brows, I pulled out my tried and true Anastasia dip brow, and I actually used the color Blonde. Now, obviously I am not blonde in any way, shape, or form, but this color just seems to work with my skin tone, and I've definitely used a lot of that. I put it away because I was using some powders, and then I have a couple of the wands from the drugstore that I've been using, but when I pulled this out again, I was like, yeah, this is good. It's just really good. And I used it actually in conjunction with these two brushes. These are the Wayne Goss brow brushes that I received in my Beautylish box in January. So I was like, really, how different can a brow brush be? But these brow brushes are incredible. Like this brow brush, it gives you the right kind of definition along the sides, and you can do along the top to really create an arch, or even just, you know, go in like this and fill it in. So this is a great brush. And then I've got the spoolie from Wayne Goss as well that I just kind of brush all the product through to kind of even it all out. So definitely been loving these. Expensive little kit, but highly recommend it. And then lastly, for lips, I pulled out my Nars Audacious Lipstick in Anita. This is just an incredible all-around color that is good probably for everyone. I forgot how nice and creamy and pigmented these are. This is just a beautiful, beautiful lipstick. Kind of a peachy, not peachy, more kind of a mauve, pinky rose color. This, again, the pigmentation, I mean, look at that. It is just so nice. So I have rediscovered that, pulled it out, and I will definitely start using that a lot more than I have. I also have Dominique, the more purpley toned one. Those are the only two that I have, but you know, again, this lipstick I think is like $32. So if you have it, use it. That's what I'm going to say about that. And then for the gloss, I put a little bit of gloss on top of that. This is the YSL gloss. This is called Golden Gloss in number 51. This is a really nice kind of a nude color, and it's got some sparkles, if you can tell. Let me swatch that for you. It's just a really nice sheer nude color, but it does have some sparkles in it. So I just kind of set that in the middle of my lips, and we're good to go on there. So that, I think, does it for shopping my stash. I have to say, you know, if you sat there and added up all of the prices for each one of these products, you're talking about a lot of money. Obviously, I didn't spend all the money in one place at one time, but, you know, when you sit here and look, we've got a lot of money invested in these products. I really, really want to urge you to kind of look through your stash and see what, you know, what you've spent a lot of money on that you just kind of haven't given a whole lot of love to lately, and use it up and use it and enjoy it. I think that is the biggest thing. A lot of these products, I forgot how really nice they are, and the quality is obviously really, really nice and can't be beat. But I urge you to look through your stuff, pick out things that you really enjoy, and let me know what your favorites are. I'm always out, like I said, I say this in every video, I'm always on the hunt for some new great things. But yeah, I urge you to shop your own stash and see what you've got, what you can pull back out, and what you can fall in love with again. And let me know what those are. So I think that's it for this one. If you have any comments or suggestions, let me know. Otherwise, thanks so much for joining, and I'll see you in my next video. Thanks. Bye-bye.